Right now, let's take a look at the team standings here as both these squads are gearing up for the playoffs. The NBA playoffs have begun today, but right now you can see two squads, 38-14, 37-15, and those two squads are looking to be able to make a push for the playoffs, which they call the championship here in the B-League. Talk about being neck and neck. And the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins hanging tough despite the fact that they are not a complete squad, though yesterday they were a little bit more complete because they had Allen Williams back in the fold. Still no Ray Park, though. And you can see both these squads want to be able to hold on to their positions because right now they are in the top two spots for a wild card slot. And in just a bit, we're going to have the lineups from both these squads, starting out, of course, with the visitors, the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Filipino fans were looking forward to this matchup being Ray Parks up against Kai Soto. But unfortunately, no Ray Parks still. He is still on the injured list. But for the Nagoya fans, they're glad that at least they've got their 3 world imports back. But now let's focus first on the visiting squad as we introduce the Hiroshima Dragonflies and their entire lineup. These are the guys going to be coming off the bench. And there you have the starters. Their usual starters, starting out with number 0, Ryo Terashima. They got number 3, Naoto Chuji, their 3-point gunner. They've got number 5 in the starting lineup. Usually Isaiah Murphy started early in the season, but not as of late. Then they have number 8, Kerry Blackshear, and number 13, Dwayne Evans. These are the starters. These two squads faced each other yesterday. And the squad that wasn't complete, the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, winning that one by 3. Kai Soto there with an easy slam. He's a handful. And Kai's hoping to be able to make a lot of waves in the playoffs. Evans there scoring inside. Top scorer in yesterday's affair was Dwayne Evans with 23 points. These are the stats from yesterday's affair. Hiroshima actually shot better from 2, but Nagoya shot better from 3. Look at the turnovers, just too many. 6 only for Hiroshima, 14 for Nagoya, but they were able to overcome all of that to be able to still win the ball game by 3. Blackshear scores inside. Extra pass and hitting the outside shot there was Yutaro Suda. Yutaro Suda actually finished with 18 points yesterday. He also had 3 assists, 4 boards, and 2 steals. Backing him up in that win was Scott Etherton with 17 points, 7 boards. Cody Clark had 14 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and a steal. And Allen Williams came back from the injured list. He had 13 points, 3 assists, 10 boards. And Tatsuya Ito also contributed with 9 points, 6 assists. The focus here is going to be number 13. That's Dwayne Evans. Had very good numbers for his squad yesterday. Complete stat line, really. 23 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. He was helped out with the 14 points and 7 boards of Kai Soto in 23 minutes. Nick Mayo came up with good numbers as well. 13 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. Ryo Terashima with 11 points, 2 assists. And Naoto Chuji, their gunner, contributed 10 points and 7 assists. Kerry Blackshear, unfortunately, wasn't able to really score that much. He had 8 points. He did have 7 boards and 5 assists. So doing it all but it wasn't enough for them to pull away with a victory. That's going to be the matchup. Cody Clark on the left, number 4, and number 13, Dwayne Evans on the right. Let's see who can stamp their class over the other here. It was a very close affair yesterday. Just a 3-point victory for Nagoya, and we expect today's encounter to be just as tight. Both these squads need the victory. They want to stay on top of that wild card standing. And only just one game separating these two squads. And now we've got the introduction for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins here at Dolphins Arena. And after announcing the starters for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, we only have one referee there on your screens, but we will have 3. We've got 3 referees handling proceedings once again here. Referee Hiraide, Referee Wajima, and Referee Ono. Once again, let's go to the starters for both these squads. Once again, they were introduced a while ago. Diamond Dolphins, starting out with Ito, Clark, Suda, Higashi, and Williams. Nice to see him back in action. On the other side of Dragonflies, Terashima, Tsuji, Murphy, Blackshear, and Evans. There's Dwayne Evans. Wanted to get a victory for his squad after falling short yesterday. Kai Soto will be coming off the bench here today. So Isaiah Murphy thrust right back into the starting lineup. Usually Kai Soto would start. Interesting decision here. These two squads have very good coaches. Got Kyle Milling on one side and Coach Koyohashi on the other. Quick foul there, going to be called on Suda. Well, Sean Dennis is also back, so he is now listed and he's on the floor for his squad. Eye off the glass, that's going to drop there for Tsuji. What a soft approach there for the gunner. And very quickly, it's 2-0 for Hiroshima. Very close affair yesterday. We expect nothing less than the same here. Poor pass. It's going to work though. No, they say it's not. It's going to be a turnover. Ito looking around saying, that wasn't touched last by us, but nonetheless, here come the Dragonflies. Tsuji, this is his specialty. Bang! 5-0, early lead here for the Dragonflies. And a hot start here for Naoto. He's got all 5 points of Hiroshima. Ito. Usually coming off the bench, now thrust into the starter's role. Will misfire there. Blackshear with the board. No look pass. Carry inside. Basket and one opportunity. No, they say no foul. But nonetheless, it's 7-0. Solid start here for the Dragonflies. An offensive foul is going to be called there on Williams. Comes up with a wry smile. Let's see. Well, number one, he was holding on to the jersey of Blackshear. Secondly, he pushed off. Easy call there for the referees. First personal foul there on Alan Williams. And already the second team foul for Nagoya. Here's Blackshear. Stopped there by Williams. They hand it off. Terashima using that pick. Terashima inside to the wing. Another three! A little bit too strong that time. Dwayne Evans with an extra board and an extra possession. Blackshear will put up a three and hit! No timeout yet going to be called here by Nagoya, despite the fact that they're down by 10-0. Quite surprising. If they're not able to score here, expect a timeout. Suda had one of his better scoring games yesterday. Almost a 5-second violation. Gets it to Williams. Williams for three. That rattles out. Tap goes back to Williams. Williams with a spin. Passes it straight to Evans. I expect the timeout now. Sean Dennis up on his feet. Blackshear, that rims out. That could have easily made it 13-0. Not the best of bounce passes. It gets to Williams though. Spinning, kissing it off the glass. Finally they're on the board. But they had to bleed for that one. Scoring has been so easy so far here for the boys in white. Tsuji. Just fake that one. They've got a lot of time on the shot clock, but now they've got to make their move. Two-man game. Blackshear knows it. Extra pass. Murphy for three. That rattles through. They're in a rhythm. And it's now an 11-point advantage at 13-2. Williams, the only scorer so far here for the Dolphins. Tries to make it back-to-back. And that happens. Now starting to find his rhythm. That's a good sign here for the guys in black. Tsuji, extra pass in the wing. Evans for three. A little bit off to the left that time. And here come the home squad. Trying to cut into this lead. Might have been a travel there. No foul going to be called. They push it up forward. Hiroshima given all day to shoot. They say no basket. What's going to happen here? That shot was simultaneous with the whistle. But immediately the referee said, no call. So that's going to be a foul on Tatsuya Ito. That was clear there. You saw that in the replay. Reversal of roles as Takumi Saito will now be coming off the bench. Usually he's the starter. Here's Blackshear inside. Tries to swing it out. It's a pass, and so it's just going to be a side court inbound. Second personal foul going to be called there on Suda. And already in the penalty with still almost 6 minutes to go are the Diamond Dolphins. Blackshear gets it. Hands it off. They find Evans. Evans with 5 seconds in the shot clock. Kicks it out. Open three. Hiroshima rattles that in. It's now a 12-point advantage at 16-4. Cody Clark's going to finally join the scoring. Only 2 players have scored here for the Dolphins. Missing inside. Evans. They go inside. Then Ketsu Harimoto's checked in for the first time. They go to the wing. Cody Clark all day to shoot. Yes! Second basket there for Cody Clark. He's got 5 points. Blackshear gets it to Evans. Open three. Isaiah Murphy. No. Blackshear tracks that one down. Another three. Not that time. It's tapped out. It's going to stay here in this end. Checking in for the first time here is number 12, Takuto Nakamura. Kai Soto's checking in for the first time as well. 7'2" behemoth from the Philippines. Together with Seiya Funyu. They want to keep this strong start going. They want to hold on to the top spot. Saito, no look pass. Might have been a travel there. Open three, Harimoto, yes! Tenketsu Harimoto, 6'6". He's a gunner that can really hit it from the outside as well. Mayo tries to answer back, doesn't. Blackshear's tip doesn't work. It's tipped out, it goes to Mayo. Funyu brings it out. They go back to Blackshear. Oh, nice swipe that time. Hiroshima actually has no fouls yet. That's probably one of the reasons Coach Sean Dennis is working the referee, saying, look, you got to blow the whistle on the other end as well. And he continues to work the referees. But that lead has been cut down to just 4 from a high of 12. Soto with the handoff. Takuto finds Mayo. Mayo will launch. He had to. That shot clock was winding down. But Nagoya is right back in this one. Kyle Milling wondering, what have they done to be able to come back so quickly? That was a commanding 16-4 advantage, but that just shows you the strength of both these squads. They can string points together. Etherton inside, and that lead is down to 2. That's a well-run play, and then the first assist here for Cody Clark. Mayo with the jumper will come up short. Looking to tie the ball game are the Dolphins, and suddenly their fans are alive. Open three, Harimoto all day to shoot. Yes! And this is going to be the first lead in the ball game for Nagoya, and we're going to have our first timeout, and lo and behold, it'll be called by the Dragonflies. Welcome back to Dolphins Arena. The Dolphins, don't look now, have the 1-point advantage after trailing by as much as 12 at 16-4. Inside, Nick Mayo's going to come up short. Taps it out. Takuto gets it back to Mayo. Mayo taking his time, finding Funyu. Extra pass. Blackshear will lose it. Saito in the open court, using his speed, gets away from Seiya Funyu. And it's now a 3-point advantage for Nagoya at 19-16. What a drastic turn of events. Takuto bring it down. Blackshear with a handoff. Funyu was scoreless yesterday. That's a great pass. Trying to slam it through, and a foul definitely will have to be called there on Cody Clark. Check that. That's going to be Williams. That's going to be number 2. There was clearly a foul there. Williams picks up his second. There's confirmation. They might have to send Cody Clark back in quickly. Mayo gonna bring his team closer here. Unfortunately for the fans of Ray Parks, you are still not gonna see him in action this afternoon. He's there at the back of the bench in his black and white hoodie. 2 free throws gonna bring Hiroshima closer here. They swing it out. First time we're seeing the entry of Seiga Sakamoto. Not the best of shots that time. Kai tries to make the turn. He'll come up short there. And he'll come up with a foul. Double black eye that time for Kai Soto. Tries that sweeping baby hook. That's going to be the first on Kai and the first team foul for Hiroshima. Scott trying to get it inside, and a foul is going to be called on Nick Mayo up against Alan Williams, who was trying to post up. Sakamoto kicks it out. Williams had to put that one up quickly. Close to a 3-second violation. He did. Is that foul going to be on Kai Soto? Looks like it is. That's going to be number 2 on Kai. Trying to help out defensively there. Got him on the head. And there's confirmation. Second personal foul on Kai, and he might have to hit the bench. A little bit of a gamble being played here by Sean Dennis, keeping Alan Williams inside. It's worked so far as Nagoya extends their lead once again. Back up to 3. Could be 4 with a free throw here. It's going to be short. Soto picks up his first board. Evans has just checked back in. Cunha orchestrating traffic. Gets it. Now have to bring it out. Kai Soto finds Mayo. Shot clock's down to 4. Mayo will get that one to drop. It's going to cut into the lead once again. Under a minute to be played here in quarter number 1. Scott for 3. No. Tap's going to go out to Williams. Williams brings it closer. Floater. That was a little bit too strong. Another board there for Kai. That's number 2. Kai wasn't looking for that 3. Now will attack. That's a travel. Those are the areas that Kai Soto needs to be able to improve on. Finishing in traffic, attacking the basket, work on his handles. He traveled there. Will they go for 2 for 1? They're not looking for it. Sakamoto taking his time, using the shot clock. Step back 3 is gonna work there. Nakahigashi contributing early. Nagoya though already in the penalty, so they can't foul here. This is the biggest lead now at 24-20. Evans with a floater, not gonna drop. And that's where we're gonna end first quarter hostilities after being down by 16. The Dragons have come back, the Dolphins rather, have come back, and they lead 24-20. Good luck there at Nakahigashi. Gonna do the inbounding here after he hit that 3 to give his squad the biggest lead that they have, that they're enjoying right now at 24-20. Once again, we'd like to welcome you back to the Dolphins Arena as we had a slow start from the Dolphins, but they've overcome that Williams to the outside. Nahigashi almost lost it. Turns out to be a pretty good pass. Touch last there by Evans. Talk about a slow start, but a big finish to end the first period for the Dolphins. Ito throws it inside to Williams. Gets it back to Ito. They kick it out. Nahigashi wasn't waiting for that shot. Turnover. Chuji was thinking and says, let's use our shot clock. Evans inside. Foul there is going to be called on Scott. Scott's first. There's some body contact. Evans for 2. Misses the first. Early part of the second quarter here. And you can hear the boos raining down here. Williams trying to distract Evans' second shot there. Didn't work. 24-21 is our official tally. Ito brings it down. Ito has now been playing a whole lot more as compared to Takumi Saito. They've really switched roles. Ito, a little bit too strong. Tsuji was saying he got fouled. That's why he couldn't call the rebound. Referees say otherwise. Higashi goes inside to his import. Gets it back. In attack mode. Swings inside. The kiss off the glass a little bit too strong. Mayo with the board. He'll get it in the open court. No early offense here. Evans to Mayo. Mayo shows, attacks. They're looking for the open shooter. Chuji will launch. A little bit too strong. Long rebound goes to Nick. They're going to reset once again. Out of time on their shot clock. That's clearly a foul there. Tripping foul will be called there on Tatsuya. Watch it here. Actually came in contact with the arm on the leg. Second personal foul going to be called on Ito. I was going to the basket, but that wasn't a shot, so it should be a side court inbound. Cody Clark back in action. Wiping off the slick portion on the floor. Nakahigashi sticking to Tsuji. You've got to. You can't give him any space whatsoever. That's the best way to defend him. Force him to dribble. Murphy was a starter, back in action. Evans will launch a three. He'll come up short. Murphy gets there first. Evans hands it down. Easy slam there. Good flush coming from Mayo. It's now a 1-point affair. Williams, Clark. Cody gets away. That was Matador defense. They let him get all the way to the cup. Leads back to 3. Go back to Evans. Evans trying to make his move. Will come up short there. Was trying to mimic a foul, but no whistle. Ito almost lost it. Active hands once again by Murphy. Looking at the turnover story, 2 turnovers for the Dragonflies, 4 for Nagoya. There's a very athletic Murphy as Takumi Saito will check in. That's a good matchup. Saito up against HIROSHIMA, who also has re-entered the fray. Takumi. Nice find on the wing. That's going to be another 3. The second 3 today for Nakahigashi. He's got 6 points. First assist there for Takumi. It's now a 6-point advantage for the Dolphins at 29-23. Chance for Evans in the open court. Swipe there on Clark. Readily picks up that foul and acknowledges it. That's going to be team foul number 3 though on Nagoya. That smart move from Evans. In the open court, all these imports are very dangerous. Only the first personal and Cody. But as we talked about, that's going to send his team within 1 of being in the bonus. Evans makes that first. There are a lot of the Dragonflies fans that have come over here to support Hiroshima. And those boos will work. At least that's what the fans think. They're happy to try to distract the opposing team's player from that free throw line. Just about a minute and a half before we take a little break. Cody Clark for 3. Yes! And an early timeout will have to be called here by the Dragonflies as they now find themselves down by 8 points. Little over 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Dragonflies needed that timeout. They're now down by 8. They need a victory here. Players down here. That looks like that's Takuto. No, check that. That's Chuji, the 3-point gunner. HIROSHIMA had to force that one up. Oh, up in arms right there is Sean Dennis, and I can understand his situation. They should have called that a little bit earlier. When they had possession, then you could have stopped it, but not the other way around. Let's see what happened to Chuji. Looks like he twisted his ankle. They could have stopped it there because it was their possession. But the referees opted to stop the play when the Dolphins had possession and they were trying to get a fast break. Little odd. Nevertheless, it's a bad situation when you have one of your top players hobbling to the bench. Tsuji there in pain. Kyle Milling saying, okay, we need one stop and let's worry about Naoto in a bit. Got a game to play. Got a game to win. And we need to stay at the number 1 spot for the wild card. Etherton spins, will lose it. Terashima still inside, lays it through. That's gonna cut the lead down to 6. They throw it inside. Basket and one opportunity here for Nakahigashi. He's got 2 threes. And he might get 3 points the old-fashioned way here. Nice look there from Takumi. Picture perfect pass. And they're gonna say a foul will be called on Toshiki Kamisawa. Yes, Kamisawa has to be replaced. And now we're gonna have the first entry of Ryo Sadohara, which is quite surprising. He has not seen as much playing time as early in the season, but he was very effective. I considered him one of the key players here for Coach Kyle Milling. Looks like he's in the doghouse. Murphy to the wing. Terashima gets it inside. That's too easy. Oh, it's gonna pop out. That's a sorry miss there for the Dragonflies. Clark inside, puts it up and it drops. Cody Clark though, slow to pick himself up. Sadohara to Evans. Now they got a full squad talking about the Dolphins defensively as Clark gets back into your picture. Trying to force the issue inside. There's a block. And eventually after that block, it's a 24-second shot clock violation. Sadohara saying he got nudged. Referee say play on. Tsuji heading to the locker room as we get to this official timeout. And it's Nagoya now up by 11 at 37-26. Back to the action here at Dolphins Arena. The Dolphins with possession already with an 11-point advantage after trailing at one stage by 12. Tenketsu. He hit a 3 earlier. They swing into Clark. Shot clock down to 2. Clark with a hurried shot will miss. But Scott Etherton will be fouled there by Evans. Only the second team foul on Hiroshima though. Scott got the inside track. First personal foul going to be called on Dwayne. Kyle Milling trying to ponder the situation, thinking what he could do. Suda. Poor pass. And Terashima will get the easy layup. Terashima has been very active defensively. He's got 2 layups. They can't find Clark inside. Sakamoto will try to bring it inside, but he will be fouled. No, they're going to say we're going the other way. And the foul's going to be called on Cody Clark, trying to impede the progress here of Dwayne Evans. That's going to be his second personal foul. Under 4 minutes to be played here before the halftime break. Lead has been cut down to 9. Dragonflies with possession, trying to cut it down even further. That's a good pass inside. Evans! That's going to be the second personal foul on Cody Clark. Not wanting to give up 2 points. Definitely not wanting to give up a 3-point play. He will have to be replaced here. As Alan Williams gets ready to check back in. Are they asking for a possible goaltending violation? Because Cody Clark was hanging onto the board. Hanging onto the rim, rather. As a shot was about to be taken. Yes, they're going to say interference there with the rim. So 3-point play will be here in the offing for Evans. Well, he didn't want to give up the 3-point play by holding on to the rim. That's exactly what happens. They still got a lead though. But Evans now on the line. Try to cut in further. It's now down to 7. Could be 6. Nice look at Alan Williams, 6'8", center forward from the United States, 30 years old. As Evans makes that free throw. Evans is 6'5", also 30 years old. Another 3! That's the third 3 here for Nakahigashi. He's got 12 points. Very good scoring output. One of the highest scoring outputs here for Nakahigashi. Basket gonna drop there for Sadohara. Check that, that's for Terashima. 40-33 is our score. Under 3 to be played. They look inside. Williams tries to bully his way. And a foul is going to be called. It might be on Sadohara. Sadohara's a tough defender. But Williams just too much, too strong. Evans will check out. In is Kerry Blackshear. Shooter's bounce will help out Williams. Leads back up to 8. There the Hiroshima fans trying to distract the shot, but it doesn't work. Back up to a 9-point advantage here for Nagoya. Kai Soto going to check back in. Hiroshima trying to get around the defense. Nice swing, Mayo. They're really taking their time. Kamisawa at the corner. That might be a travel. Nope, it's going to be a charge, they say. Either way, it's a turnover. So Hiroshima also in the penalty now for the final 2 minutes. Actually, 2 minutes and 23. There was the charge. Dipping his shoulder. Getting it right there in the chest was Sakamoto. Sakamoto, a 23-year-old. They're saying could be one of the future stars of Japanese basketball. Suda. We'll go to Williams. Williams trying to bully his way inside. Gets denied a second time by Blackshear. Tenketsu. Flipped that one up. He knew the shot clock was winding down and he was trying to avert the turnover, but nonetheless, pretty good defense by the Dragonflies that time. Now they need to score. They want to get it to Mayo. They find Kamisawa. Gets it down there up against Suda. Follow-away shot, not gonna work. Here comes Scott in the open court. Not trying to rush things. Suda will launch. He'll miss that time, but once again, Scott Etherton got the inside track. That's one of the main reasons why Suda launched, because he knew that his import was within rebounding range. So as we said, both teams in the penalty, so that foul will definitely send the player to the line, and it's Scott Etherton that hands up to the 15-foot line and hits that first. Both will drop. And it's back up to an 11-point lead, matching their biggest lead of the contest. Blackshear up on top, up against Scott. Gives it up to Nick. They might want to have Mayo attacking, but Terashima's going to hit from the outside. He launched at least and misfire. Here comes Suda. Foul will be called there on Kamisawa. That's 2 free throws here for Tenketsu. Kamisawa second. As we got more free throws. This time though for the Dolphins. Again, if you're just joining us, these two squads faced each other yesterday. And Nagoya winning that one 91-88. Taking full advantage of the home crowd and their support. Harimoto drills in that second free throw. This is now the biggest lead for either squad. Well, that does tie the 12. Earlier at 16-4. Now this is the biggest lead at 13. 46-33. A minute remaining here in the first half. Poor foul there, going to be called on Sakamoto. So free throws here, this time for Blackshear. Not the best of fouls. Blackshear makes that first. They need a strong finish here. They don't want to be down by too much entering the second half. No problem for both. Now even the Coliseum announcer calling for Go Dolphins. They try to increase their lead. Williams with a handoff. Sakamoto, a little nudge. Force that one up a little bit too strong. Kai can't clear. That's where he has to really take care of that lean body of his. It's going to stay here. Pretty good tap there by Williams. 25 seconds remaining in the first half. 17 on the shot clock. Williams was able to hold on to that one and tap it out. They pass to a corner. And Hiroshima will come up with a turnover. That is turnover number 5 for the Dragonflies. Dolphins already have 9. It will be a good option to take a shot in the last and final seconds, the waning seconds, as some people call it. No timeout going to be called, but the play has been sent in by Coach Sean Dennis. If they go for the shot in the last 4 or 5 seconds, that's not going to give Hiroshima any time down the floor. Takumi hands it down. It's going to be a turnover. Will they score? That falls just short. Well, the Dolphins weren't able to score in that last offensive, but at the end of the day, they're still up by 11 at the halftime break at 46-35. Blazing start here for the guy who was injured. You saw him there on your screens a while ago. Naoto Tsuji. Another three. Connected that time by Isaiah Murphy. And it was a 13-0 blast. It went up to 16-4. Actually 13-2 and then 16-4. So the biggest lead in the contest for the Dragonflies were at 12. But little by little, Scott Easterton and the rest of the staff from Nagoya whittled at his lead, and now they're up by 13 at the halftime break. Getting away there, Tatsuya Ito and Takumi Saito in the backcourt. First quarter ended 24-20 in favor of Nagoya. Easy flush there coming from Nick Mayo. Assist as Nakahigashi hits a three. He had 2 threes and a 3-point play for a total of 9 points. Collectively shooting from the field, Nagoya at 51%. There's Naoto Tsuji leaving the court. Well, they're taping him up. The way they're taping him up looks like they want to be able to send him back in. And at the halftime break, it is an 11-point advantage enjoyed by Nagoya. And here are the numbers. Collectively, it was 51% compared to 33%. As you break it down, it's 50% here as compared to 38% and 58% as compared to 26%. That's why Nagoya's got that big lead. Free throws just about the same. Turnovers, 5 more turnovers for Nagoya, but they've been able to overcome that. Points in the paint, dead even at 16 apiece. Bench scoring for Nagoya, it's +8, 14-6. Rebounding number, also in favor of Nagoya, +8, 23-15. The assist, just +1, 11 for Nagoya, 10 for Hiroshima. In terms of steals, 6 for Hiroshima and just 1 for the Dolphins. There's Cody Clark as we take a look at his numbers. He's got 12 points. On the other side, Evans, his counterpart, has 5. That's the head-to-head matchup that we have. Nice look there at Kai Soto on the bench. He didn't start today. Leading scorers for both these squads. Clark's got 12. Nakahigashi has 9. And Harimoto has 6 coming off the bench. On the other side, Terashima's got 9. 7 for Kerry Blackshear. And Nick Mayo's got 6. Those are the numbers that I was talking about. Rebounding story. Clark and Williams with 5 apiece. And 3 for Scott Easterton. 6 for Mayo, 4 for Blackshear, and 3 for Kai Soto. In terms of assists, 3 assists for Saito and Clark and 2 for Sakamoto. For the Dragonflies, Evans with 3. Same amount of dimes for Blackshear, and we have 2 for Ryo Terashima. Kai Soto already 7'2", and he still wants to be taller on the bench, sitting in those cushions. Well, as you can see him there talking to Naoto, he's not coming back in. He's done for the day. They're just icing it as early as they possibly can to control the swelling Murphy will launch. Come up short. That's over the backboard. And a chance now for Nagoya to increase this lead of theirs, which is now at 11. It's 46-35. Biggest lead was at 46-33 at 13 points. Nakahigashi finds Scott. Scott turns around, gets denied. Open three for Williams. That rattles out. The tip doesn't work. Goes to Rio. Trying to get it inside to Evans. They do. Evans sets and gets an under goal stab to drop. That'll cut the lead down to 9. 7 points now for Evans. Williams on the outside. Ito not looking for his shot. Extra pass. Nakahigashi. Good line. A little bit too strong though. There was a foul. It looked like a foul initially by Funyu. They let that one go. And the foul will be called on Evans. Watch it here. That's where the foul should have been called. Offensive rebound. Suda launches and hits. It's now a 14-point advantage at 51-37. Cunha picks it up. Will hand it off. So we get Hiroshima and his backup, Funyu, on the court at the same time. Blackshear. Will let to the line for 2 shots. Williams is going to pick up his third though. Unless they give that foul to Nakahigashi. And they just might. No, they're going to say it's in Williams. That's not a good sign here for the Dolphins. Blackshear. As he tiptoes on that free throw line. That's really his stance. That's something you see every day. But he's able to maintain his balance. Makes both free throws. Cuts the lead back down to 12. Allen gives it out. Still a lot of time on their shot clock. Ito goes around the world, will come up short. Scott with the offensive rebound. Suda attacks, lays it up, not gonna drop. Neither will the tap there from Scott. So many offensive rebounds, none dropping. Who knew? Finds Blackshear. Blackshear gets away inside. That's gonna cut the lead down to 10. Dolphins though, still in control of this one. Nakahigashi now trying to make his move. Finds Allen. Allen throws it up. Trying to pass it to himself, but Blackshear touched that one last. Ito. They look for the isolation. Clark. The pass is not going to be able to work because initially that pass really should have gone to Nakahigashi. So turnover here. They get a stop. Hiroshima does. Can they score to cut into this lead? go to Blackshear once again. To the wing. Murphy with a curl inside. Gets that layup to drop. Six to nothing run put together here by the Dragonflies, and it's stopped there by that layup from Ito. Back up to a 10-point advantage for the boys in black. Murphy to the wing. Funyu asks for the pick, gets it. Nice roll, and tap there by Cody Clark. Suda was the top scorer for his squad yesterday with 18 points. That's a nice inbound. Blackshear looked like he was cutting out and then went straight back to the basket. That might be the easiest two he's going to get all night. They get it right back. Quick cut there from Nakahigashi. Back up to a 10-point lead. Almost a steal. Blackshear's going to lose it. Ito picks it up. It's a 4-on-2 break. They find Clark. Clark gets away for two. Kyle Milling pushes the panic button. Suddenly the lead is back up to 12. Little bit of a skirmish there, and it works out. Tatsuya Ito loving it. Coming off a timeout, that's not the offensive thrust you want to see from your squad. Here's Coach Kyle Milling called that timeout. He drew up an offensive pattern, and it just blew up in their faces. First to the floor there was Takuto, but he headed out. And here comes Ito. Clark launches. He had to and hits! This is now the biggest lead at 60-45. 17 points now in the contest for Cody Clark. Blackshear forces the issue. Gets denied. And it's going the other way. Frustration starting to show here on Carey. Sudo's right in his grill. There was a shove. And the haphazard shot. Blackshear continues to shake his head, not liking that call. As he picks up his second off that offensive foul. Dolphins looking to try to tie the record. Suda with a launch. Good line. Just back rims that one. Cody Clark with the strip. As we approach the halfway mark. Blackshear there talking to Cody. That was clear. That's a good call. Blackshear frustrated, will have to be replaced. Takumi Saito. Now to Clark. Clark, another one. He hit from there. He hits once again. Back-to-back hits from that exact spot. It's now 63-45. This is the biggest lead. Wow, who would have thought the Dolphins playing great basketball despite the fact that they're still one import short. Evans will hit. He's got 9 points. Clark, little by little, has been extending his range. Here's Clark, splitting the double. Puts it up and through. Lead is back up to 18. Now they feel they can trade baskets. Why not? Up until the end, they're going to win this ball game. Still an entire quarter to be played, though. Both teams have now really taken care of their fouls. Kai Soto has been reinserted. Kai Soto with the offensive rebound, and he will get stripped, though, by Cody Clark. Clark will pick up foul number 2. They forgot to box out Kai. Ooh, that's going to be number 4. That's a surprise. That's why he's heading to the bench, and we might not see him until maybe the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Kai Soto, 2 free throws. Won't drop the first. Kai Soto's a pretty good free throw shooter. Not that time, though. Short in the second. Add that to one of the growing list of things that Kai Soto needs to be able to continue to improve on if he wants to fulfill his dream of making it to the NBA. $65-47 is our tally. 3:41 to be played here in the third. Harimoto tracks that one down. There's no change of possession, so the shot clock still the same. Might have been a travel. Mayo in the open court. 3-on-3 break. Tries to take it in himself and does. Not needing to rush things are the boys in black. They should realize they've got the lead. Kickball there. That's Evans screaming to the referee, saying that should have been a 3-second violation. Suda will launch. Kai with a board. Kai has controlled the rebounds here, at least during the opportunities that he's been inside the court. That's board number 6, and they score once again. Mayo does. That's going to cut the lead further, down to just 14 now. 10 points in the contest here for Nick. Under 3 to be played in the third. Williams with a floater. Everybody reacted to the initial cut of Etherton. That's a good play. Mayo puts it up, and a foul is going to be called on Harimoto. Soto says he's okay. Remember, Soto is 7'2". Harimoto is only 6'6". Oh, he fell hard on that knee. He says he's okay though. Takaigashi checking back in. He's had a good ball game. So Kai picks himself up and says, let's go. Tries to get to the rim. Can't. And that is a lost possession here for Evans and company. Takumi Saito at the controls. Finds Harimoto. Harimoto with a quick spin. He'll get away. That's quite surprising. Usually Isaiah Murphy can move his feet a little bit better. And the lead is back up to 18. As Sakamoto checks back in. Seiga Sakamoto, the 23-year-old. The rotations have been perfect here so far for Sean Dennis. Mayo has to give it up. Takuto. High off the glass, will misfire. Scott to the board. Trying to open up their biggest lead. Are the Dolphins. Already up by 18. Here's Scott. Scott lose it though. Takuto. 3-on-3 break. Murphy inside for 2. Good attack there for Isaiah. He started off this game with a 3. Williams finds Scott. Etherton for 3. That rims out. You saw Kai Soto get thrown to the ground there as Isaiah Murphy hits the deck as well. He's getting pushed and bumped around there by Alan Williams. Ryo Sadohara. No, check that. That's Ryo Terashima, the other Ryo, in the ball game once again for the Dragonflies. Tsuji is still working on his ankle. He's out for this ball game. He scored 10 yesterday, and he had 5 before he left. Kai Soto's going to pick up a foul. He can't believe it. There's a little bit of body contact. That shouldn't be a 3-point play, though. That initial bump's a foul. Scott asking for continuation. He may not get it, though. Well, the foul is going to be called there, number 13. That was Dwayne Evans on Williams. That's off the ball. Harimoto will launch. Boy, that was high. And it drops. Back up to an 18-point advantage here for Nagoya. No, check that. It's now a 21-point advantage. That's 74-53. Evans quickly gets 2 back. Harimoto wasn't set, and he paid the price. Extra free throw here for Evans. He'll complete it. Evans now with 12 points. He's got 3 boards and 4 assists. Second personal foul going to be called on Tenketsu. Sakamoto will give it up. 2 possessions here. Oh, that's too easy. That's definitely a breakdown in defense there. Hiroshima. Looking for the best shot available. Can't find Kai Soto as he was trying to make his curl. Evans for 3. That's a badly needed basket by Hiroshima. They got more than enough time. Sakamoto knows it. Williams tries to answer, will come up short. 3 quarters done here at Dolphins Arena. And things looking good for Nagoya as they enter the 4th. They're up 76-59. And we're going to have a turnover here to start things off. That with just a second gone in the 4th. Let's see if we can watch that again. Here is that play. Scott a little bit too much in that push to try to free himself. Second personal foul going to be called on Etherton. He's got to watch it. Cody Clark has got 4. So they can't use him until maybe the 6-7 minute mark. And he'll still be playing on borrowed time. They do have a big advantage though. Layup's gonna work there for Takuto. That's gonna cut the lead down to 15. Still not out of the woods. Still not with the victory here are Nagoya. They're looking to make it back-to-back here at Dolphins Arena this Sunday afternoon. And they, with a win, will tie their record together with the Dragonflies at 38-15. Let's see if that transpires. We're going to be tied for first spot in the wild card. That's why this is an important game for both these squads. Looking for back-to-back hits. Yes! 4-point swing, and the lead is down to 13. This is the kind of start that Coach Kyle Milling wanted from his squad. He's getting it. A minute quickly gone here in the 4th. Nakahigashi gives it up. Williams will give it up to Suda. Suda not really able to find his scoring today as he did yesterday. He's got 6 points. Yesterday he led all scorers from his squad with 18 points. A lot of time still remaining though in this contest. Nakahigashi will launch. That hits nothing. He had to force that one up because the shot clock was winding down. Heads up play though, didn't hit anything. So it's still ball here for the Dragonflies. They look inside, Kai Soto. Well, that time he was up against a much smaller Nakahigashi, leaned in, got the 2 points. And that lead has been cut down to 11. They've made up a lot of ground, and here's another turnover. Well, Cody Clark is going to be sent in now as Scott will hit the bench. Coach Sean Dennis going with his much more trusted player in Cody Clark. Scott Etherton is solid though, opting to stay with this Williams-Clark combination. Though Etherton and Cody Clark have played a little bit longer together. Oh, that's a late whistle. There was contact, that's for sure, but that's a very late whistle. There was the contact, there was the reaction, and that's where they called the foul. A full second after. Real hits from the outside! No timeout going to be called once again by Coach Sean Dennis. He really trusts his players. They were down at one stage at 16-4 and he didn't call a timeout. Well, why do you have to call a timeout when you have somebody like Ito that can douse the fire here in this uprising? Lead is back up to 10. Blackshear, they try to go inside. Nick Mayo finds his big man, and an easy flush there from Kai Soto. Kai Soto, now with just 4 points. He does have 6 rebounds though. Good time for Kai Soto to get really involved in their offense. Another turnover. Sidestepping move. And here's that timeout from Coach Sean Dennis. Just too many turnovers to start out the fourth. And their lead has now been dwindled. It is now just down to 6. Dolphins now in possession. But their lead, which once stood at 24, actually 21, is now just down to 6. Clark can't find his rhythm yet. He's coming off the bench. Harimoto from the outside will come up short. We got a ball game, that's for sure, heading into the final minutes of this one. It's the business end of this match between the Dragonflies and the Dolphins. We're coming to you from Dolphins Arena. Hiroshima hands it over to Mayo. Mayo to their big man. They can't get it inside to Kai Soto. That three is not going to hit anything there from Blackshear. Not the best of possessions. Gonna cut the lead down. Possibly that would have been down by 3. That's great defense. But they say he stepped on the line before he's able to save it. Can they challenge? Will they challenge? That looked like a good play. Oh no, he was out of bounds. That's a great call. Referees have been very sharp, not just today, but all throughout the season. Tatsuya Ito back in action. Coach Kyle Milling continues to work the referees. They can't get it in bounds. It's a 5-second violation. Wow, things starting to crumble here for the Diamond Dolphins. I'm wondering why. They look so composed. Now Takumi Saito will check in. Replacing Ito. They get it to Blackshear. Blackshear gets away for 2. And that leads down to 4. Takumi. Gets inside. Forces it. And will miss. They find Blackshear once again to the wing. Takuto kicks it out. Not wanting to rush things. Here's Mayo. Finds the double. Rio for 3. Not that time. The tap goes to Kai Soto. Kai now starting to heat up here in the 4th. And the lead is down to 2. As we approach the final 5 minutes. That's a nice response there from Suda. 80-76 is our tally. Now chance of defense from the fans here at Dolphins Arena. Hiroshima short. Scott tracks it down. Issues out a poor pass though. Blackshear challenges. Back rims that one. And here comes Saito and company. All day to shoot. Well, it was tipped. That should be just... Well, it was tipped. That should be a 2 instead of a 3. .456 remaining in this one. Officially, it's 83-76. Still in favor of the Dolphins. Hold on to your seats as we enter the final 5 minutes of this one. We got a great one coming to you from the Dolphins Arena. as Nagoya hosts Hiroshima here this Sunday afternoon. It's a 7-point lead enjoyed by Nagoya. Possession with Hiroshima though. Blackshear for 3. Mayo, his putback not gonna work. Safely gets it to Suda. Now they're gonna use some clock, but they still need to score. That's a nice block there from Mayo. Takuto finds Rio. Trying to look for Soto. He can't really find his footing. Blackshear forces it through. A little bit too strong. Blackshear once again. Denied, but a foul's going to be called on Scott. There was a block from the back. That was from that gentleman there, Harimoto. The block was clean. So is a foul going to be called on Scott or on Harimoto? They say it's on Harimoto. Boy, that looked clean from the back. That's his third. Blackshear on the line. 4:02 to be played here. The first is a swish. Second rattles out. Guy tracks it down. Issues a poor pass and it's stolen there by the boys in black. And they're off and running to the races. That's a smart move. Don't need to rush things. They're still up by 6. And a foul is going to be called on Terashima. That's on the floor. Only the first team foul here for the Dragonflies. They've really taken care of their fouls. Saito's been all over the place. Came up with a crucial steal there. Ooh. Rio saying, let's challenge. Okay. Kyle Milling says, okay, if my point guard says challenge, let's challenge then. He felt that was off Takumi Saito. He couldn't see it from that angle. He was too far. Not to mention, he was blocked there by the back of Saito. But right in front of that was that gentleman there, Ryo Terashima. Let's see if he was right. Well, it did come off. That's a good call. Terashima saw it. It looks like they're going to overturn this one. Each team has one head coach challenge in a game. Whether you win or lose the challenge, you only get one. This might not be the best angle to look at it from, but it did look like it still came off the right hand there of Ito. Ito saying no. But there's got to be definitive evidence though. We're going to look at it from multiple angles there on that screen. Rio wants to get in there. Wants to take a look and see if he was right. This is the best angle to look at it from. And there it's closed up. Looked like it came off the left hand. And they continue to still look at it. Couple of slick portions on the floor. And Rio loves it. Rio says, I saw it. And the coach's challenge is successful here. So Kyle Milling will get the ball back here for his squad. Crucial possession. They need to score here. Get this lead down to 4. They get it to Blackshear. Soto. Will he try to challenge? Yes, he will. That's not his strong suit. They're going to allow him to do that. Well, the scouting report is he cannot finish in traffic. And there's evidence there. Scott with the rebound. He gets fouled. Only the second team foul, though, for the Dragonflies, and the third personal on Kai. Saito will misfire. Blackshear recovers. Blackshear to the wing. Takuto will wait and set it up. Soto inside once again. Can't finish in traffic. Lead is still 6 here for Nagoya. Saito now using up some precious clock. They get it inside to Harimoto. Suda will launch and hit! Yutaro Suda coming up big here once again. He was big yesterday in that victory that they had. 3 points. Rio scores. 18 points now in the contest. But the lead is now 7. Extra pass, Harimoto, bang! Timeout will have to be called by Coach Kyle Milling. Back-to-back threes have established another 10-point advantage for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Here we go with the final 2 minutes of this one. Murphy in the ball game now for the Dragonflies as they trail by 10. Looking for the best shot available. Blackshear will challenge inside, puts it off glass, hits that shot, and that lead is down to 8. 18 points now for Blackshear. Yesterday he had just 8 points in that losing effort. Lob inside. Scott's not going to get the 3-point play, but he got fouled. 2 free throws coming up here for Etherton. Murphy's going to pick up that foul as they opt to go with Murphy instead of the taller Kai Soto. Kai Soto might have been more effective this time on the defensive end up against Scott Etherton, but they feel that he still needs that body strength to be developed. He gets pushed around. 1 minute and 34 remaining in this one. Etherton's going to miss that first. One more coming up. Still a 3-possession ball game though. This could make it 4. No, it doesn't. 2 botched free throws. HIROSHIMA from 16 feet will come up short. Scott to the board, and now they'll definitely use clock. They go 4 corners first. 2-man game now. Etherton puts it up, will misfire. And we're going the other way. Good stance put up here by Nick Mayo and company. But they've got to score. They're still down by 8. If they don't score here, that just could be it. Nick Mayo, sidestepping move, basket and one opportunity here. 3-point play is something they were really looking forward to. And for Nagoya, that's the worst case scenario. You can't give up 3 points. Give them the basket. But now, they're going to cut into this lead even more. They could bring it down to 5. Mayo's going to misfire on that free throw though. Couple of botched free throws. Nakahigashi's going to hold on to this one. They use... Well, the clock's now their friend, so they're going to try to use it. Takumi. Saito. Floater short. He'll get it back though. Now he's got another 14 seconds to burn. That's a big one. Throws it up, that drops. And a timeout will have to be called here by Hiroshima. But they're really going to be hard pressed now. They're down by 8 with only 30.3 seconds remaining. They need to score here and score quickly. And then they gotta get a steal. Blackshear forces this one up. It rims out. Scott to the board, and that's gonna be it. Foul will be called there on Kerry. He apologizes. It's gonna be a 1-ball game here. Back-to-back victories this weekend will be big for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, despite the fact that they still don't have Ray Parks. That you're gonna just get this past the halfway mark, and that should be it. That will be the final score. Final 5 seconds. And it's gonna be an 8-point victory here for the Dolphins as they now tie Hiroshima on top of the wild card record. Both these squads now have a record of 38-15. Chuji looks okay. He's just gonna have to nurse that ankle. You're going to need him for the playoffs, as we can take a look at a strong fourth quarter here for Hiroshima. But really, even if they outscored their opponents by 9 in the fourth, they were outscored by 4, 7, and 6 in the first 3 periods. There's Parks on your screens. Also Maurice Undur, one of their earlier imports, who is also beset by injuries. The Dragonflies say thank you to the fans for supporting the B.LEAGUE. They also like to thank their fans that have made the trip here to Nagoya. Important for them to stay healthy as they approach the playoffs. And they're the fans that have traveled here to Nagoya. The supporters of the Dragonflies, as we get things set up to hear from Coach Sean Dennis and company. Here's the veteran saying bye to the fans. That's Shogo Asayama. For the Dragonflies, as they exit, we now get set for the series of interviews here. Good game there for Nakahigashi and Takumi Saito as well. Here's Suda. Yesterday's hero with 18 points. Came up with big baskets once again here today. He would finish just with 11, but they were timely shots. Harimoto hitting there. And those 2 consecutive threes really sealed the deal. Job well done this weekend here for Nagoya. There's Suda, right beside Ito. Give us a few minutes as we get set for the interview with some of the key players here this afternoon, together with Coach Sean Dennis. And here we got the squad of the Diamond Dolphins in the middle of the court, as we also hear from Sean Dennis.
91対83です。ドルファミンの皆さんの声、ずっと届いてました。勝ったー！連勝だ！本当にありがとうございます。それではまずはショーン・デニスヘッドコーチよりお話をお伺いします。よろしくお願いいたします。
皆さんこんにちは。You know, it's the first game in I can't remember when that we had a full complement of 10 players, and to be able to rotate all of those players today certainly played a big part in being able to get this win.
久しぶりにチーム10人いてローテーションができたのが今日の勝ちにつながったと思います。
You know, it's credit, and when you play good teams who are well coached like Hiroshima, they're always going to make runs, and they made that run in the fourth quarter, and then we had a group out there that I thought did an exceptional job of just settling things down for us and setting up this win.
広島みたいな強いチーム相手には流れがどんどん変わります、試合の中で。でも今日みたいに4クォーターで流れが悪い時にうちのチームがちゃんと出てた選手が落ち着かして勝ちにつなげたと思ってます。
Thanks again for your amazing support. It really is getting louder and louder in here, and I know the team really loves it, and the atmosphere is great. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday against Shimane. Arigatou gozaimasu.
皆様の応援ありがとうございます。本当に声がすごく届いてます。選手も感じてると思いますし、今度島根戦もよろしくお願いします。
ショーン・デニスヘッドコーチ、ありがとうございました。それでは続きまして本日のオンファイヤー賞を発表いたします。本日は55,332ファイヤー、1位となったのは ナンバー12中東大斗選手です。おめでとうございます。中東選手、本日13得点を、獲得されております。中東選手、まずはおめでとうございます。そしてお帰りなさい。
はい、ありがとうございます。
昨日の須田選手の一言はいかがでした？
テレビで見ててすごい嬉しかったです。やっぱりもうこう一緒に戦ってきたので、本当にすごく熱く、最後スッさんが決めたスリーももう家の中でちょっと自分一人吠えちゃって、はい、もう本当に熱かったです。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。今日ちょっと僕の中で印象的だったのが2クォーターの時に斉藤匠選手がアシストでそこからパスをもらい中東選手がスリーを決めた瞬間だったんですけれども、
はい、
あの時はいかがでした？
匠だったらあそこでパスをくれるなっていうのはあったので、準備してて、決めきれたので良かったです。はい、
いやかっこよかったですよね。いやありがとうございます。改めて今日も本当にタフな試合だったと思いますが、本日の試合を振り返っていかがでしたでしょうか？
昨日テレビで見てて、すごい
Nice statements here from Nakaigashi talking about the fact that yesterday he watched television and he watched the game on TV and he was screaming and shouting at home. Well, now today he just wasn't able to cheer for his teammates on the floor, but he helped them out. Pretty good scoring here for Nakaigashi. We'd finished with 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist.
強いなっていうのを感じさせてくれました。本当ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。
では最後に改めてバスケットライブの向こう側で応援しているドルファミの皆さんもいらっしゃいますので、ラストにメッセージをお願いできますでしょうか？
昨日匠がオンファイヤー賞だったので、今日も匠かなと思ってたんですけど、こうして、僕を選んでくださりありがとうございました。また匠に勝てるよう投票お願いします。
それでは記念撮影に入ります。それでは改めて
Well, he finished off by saying for today's game, even though today's game was tough, he was confident from yesterday's victory, and they used that victory as a springboard here today. He believed that they could also win today. They could win back-to-back. And finally he said, please continue to support us as we get ready for the championship, as we get ready for the playoffs. And now they're calling in Tenketsu Arimoto.
張本選手、本日は19得点を獲得しております。またスリーポイントは7本中5本決めて高確率のシュートとなりました。張本選手、おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今日は、まず10点のビハインドからスタートして、でもそこから第1クォーターで2本一気に天さんのスリーを見ることができました。辛かった時っていうのはどんな気持ちだったんですか？
シュート入るときは入るんですよ。はい。今日はそういう日です。
今日入る日。はい。もうイエイイエイイエイっていう気持ちですね。
それは人です。
それ違います。失礼。
こんにちは。
ありがとうございます。さあ、改めてね、中東選手もそしてショーン・デニスヘッドコーチもですね、悪い流れのタイミングもあったという話もあったんですけれども、昨日のゲーム1と比較して今日のゲーム2、どんなところが大変でしたでしょうか？
いや、全部大変ですよ。
そうですよね。
はい。やっとこうやって10人で試合ができて、昨日本当にスッさんが頑張ってくれて、今日はたまたま僕がシュート入って、こうやって毎日どの試合も、選手がステップアップできるように、これからも頑張っていきたいと思います。はい。
はい。そして続いては、水曜日島根戦やってまいります。島根も今1位と、強豪のチームでありますが、続いての試合に向けて意気込みもお聞かせいただけますでしょうか？
Tenketsu talked about the fact that Shooting today,
本当に今
they really had the feel for it.
接戦というか、一勝三
Both days were
勝かな
tough, but both days were still victories. And so he thanked the fans for coming over and supporting their squad because it was a great weekend, not to mention it was big because they now tied the Dragonflies at the number 1 spot for the wild card position.
張本選手には MVP 賞とし申し訳ございません。はい、ではもう一つ聞いてもよろしいですか。最後にドルファミの皆さんにメッセージをお願いできますでしょうか。
はい、本当にこうやってたくさんの人がこの会場に足を運んで、本当に僕たちはすごい力になります。もっともっと、会場に来て応援してください。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。では改めて本日の MVP 選手張本選手には MVP 賞として本日のゲームパートナーでありますヒュンメル様からヒュンメルアイテム一式をお送りします。目録とともに記念撮影をさせていただきます。それでは株式会社 SSK 事業推進本部ヒュンメル事業部事業部長であります南剛様、よろしくお願いいたします。こういうところですよね、天さんのね。
So Harimoto is going to be given this special match MVP because of that big shot that he hit in the corner, which sealed the deal for his squad. Suda began with a 3 on the right side of the floor, and Tenketsu Harimoto sealed it with a 3 on the left side. Going to give you the numbers in just a bit, but right now let's take a look at some of the action. Things were really looking good for Hiroshima. After an easy layup inside by Tsuji, he hit that 3. He had 5 quick points. Unfortunately, he had to leave because of an ankle injury. Takumi Saito and company whittled at that lead. It was actually 16-4, a 12-point advantage in the first quarter for the Dragonflies. But Nagoya came back. They tasted their first lead at 17-16, and they never looked back. They ended the quarter up by 4, 24-20. Pretty good shooting there from Nakahigashi and company. Look at the 3-point shooting for Nagoya. It was exceptional at 50%, 14 out of 28. There's that injury from Tsuji we talked about. And without one of their top gunners, defensively, what Nagoya did was they packed it inside. That's why points in the paint really was still pretty good. You think it would be less. There's another 3. So as we mentioned, first quarter ended in favor of Nagoya, 24-20. And then at the half, it was 46-35, still in favor of the Diamond Dolphins. Blackshear's gonna lose it here. Ito gives it up to Clark. Clark will get in through quite easily. At the end of the third, it was a 76-59 advantage enjoyed by Nagoya. Looking at a turnover story, Nagoya actually had 17 turnovers, only 9 for Hiroshima. But really, a lot of those turnovers were live turnovers. And they were made to be paid, and they paid dearly for it. Nakahigashi to the wing. Harimoto, one of his 3 threes. Well, in the fourth, Ryo Terashima made it interesting. Hit a 2, knocked down that 3, and they were knocking at the door. They came to within 6. Here's Mayo with a touch pass there, and Soto with a flush. Soto, though, would miss 2 attempts at the basket. Not hitting in traffic. That one would count. This was it. That was crucial. And then Soto with the foul. That really did them in. Here was that three from Suda from the left court, and then it was followed up by a three on the other side. Mayo tries to make this a little bit interesting with that three-point play. He will miss the free throw though. And there you have it. A good win here for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Ray Parks approves. As we take a look at the numbers. Our final score of this one, 91-83. Collectively, field goal shooting, 49% as compared to 44%. Not that big of a discrepancy. And if you break it down, you can see. From two, the Dragonflies shot even better. 52% as compared to 50%. In fact, they shot 6 more field goals from 2-point distance, but just too many threes. 14 out of 28 compared to just 6 out of 23 for the Dragonflies, and that was the telling stat. We talked about the turnovers. Just too many for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, and that's why they got a lot of easy twos on the other end. Points in the paint. This is huge. Dragonflies 54-38, but they weren't able to stem the favor in their tied head-to-head matchup. Clark with 22 points, Evans with 15. 6 boards as compared to 3. Look at more numbers. Rebounding plus 10 for Nagoya, 45-35. In terms of assists, still just 1 is the advantage of Nagoya, 23-22. They were also up by just 1, 14-13 at the first half. Steals 8-5 in favor of the Dragonflies. Blocks 5-1 in favor of Hiroshima as well, albeit in a losing effort. As we take a look at the top scorers for both these squads, Clark with 22 points, 19 for Harimoto, and 13 there for Nakahigashi. For the losers here today, the visiting squad at 18 for Terashima. 18 as well for Blackshear. On the screens it says 16. And 15 there for Dwayne Evans. Rebounding story. 14 for Scott. Cody with 8. And 6 for Williams. 8 for Mayo. Blackshear also with 8. And also 8 rebounds for Kai Soto, the Asian quota import from the Philippines. After the win here, Nagoya at 38-15, which equals the record of the Hiroshima Dragonflies after being victorious here today, 91-83. That's going to do it here for our coverage. Thank you so much for joining us. Till next week, take care. Have a good week ahead, everybody. God bless.